Hi, Malika Semper here from Malika Semper Astrology. And after a little break, taking care of family stuff, I'm back doing videos on YouTube. And I thought, perfect thing to start with our sun entering and moving into Aquarius. So we are just putting this Capricorn season behind us shortly here. And the sun moves into Aquarius January 21st and is going to stay in Aquarius until February 18th. So during this time, the energy that's really the vitality, the life force that's really shining down on us has to do with the archetype of Aquarius. And this could be really helpful for some because Aquarius, this energy forces us, sometimes pushes us to really step outside of the box. And there's this almost like this urgency that comes in to be so authentically ourselves. That is one of the great gifts that Aquarius teaches us, how to be ourselves, how not to fall in line, how not to follow, how not to listen to the rules and sort of break them up and reconstruct them in order to fit ourselves better, fit society better. Aquarius is ruled, modern ruler is Uranus, traditional ruler was Saturn. So there can be two different types of Aquarius. Let's talk about that. So the traditional ruler being Saturn, we have the Aquarius who is very serious, very disciplined, very focused, really striving to do the work, really striving to create foundation underneath them. Very disciplined, like having a schedule, sticking to it, and they do it with this tenacity. Like nothing can get in the way of their schedule, their plan, their focus, right? And then we have the Aquarius, with the modern ruler being Uranus. This is the one who breaks the rules and breaks tradition and can be a little bit scattered and is a little bit all over the place and has this shock value to them. They do things in their life to create um, shock to other people. With both Aquarian types, there is this essence or this attitude of judge me if you dare. I don't care, right? It's internal validation versus external validation. Aquarius, one of the lessons they teach us is how to get that internal validation and not seek it from the outside. They do not care what other people think of them. They do not care how other people judge them. As long as they can so authentically be themselves, that is what matters. Aquarius teaches us how to color outside of the lines. Aquarius teaches us how to find our courage in breaking the status quo and finding our courage on like throwing away society's rule book on how things should be and really stepping into our own beliefs, our own way of doing things, and shuffling things around and rearranging things. And they do get this reputation sometimes for being a little bit detached, being cold, being aloof. That is because Aquarius is really good at using their observer. Aquarius is really good at stepping outside of the sticky emotions, the emotions that sort of sweep us away where we can drown in the waters of emotion. Aquarius says, I'm going to study the emotions. I'm going to analyze the emotions. I'm going to take a course on emotions. I'm going to practice emotions, right? They have this way of stepping outside of the sticky emotions that can really sweep us along that river and have a bird's eye view, take on this higher perspective. They have a way of pulling emotions through an intellectual filter, talking about emotions, maybe not necessarily dropping in and feeling them all the time, but they can talk about them. Writing, journaling is such a good tool for Aquarius. They are an air sign, and air signs tend to live in the head. They have a lot to say. The Saturnian types of Aquariuses could be a little bit more quiet, can tend to keep to themselves a little bit more. But journaling for both types of Aquarians is so medicinal. It can be like their therapy. They have a very active mind, a lot of stuff going on in the mind. And this might also resonate not only if your sun sign is Aquarius, but your Mercury is Aquarius, the way your mind works. Your moon sign is Aquarius, or your rising sign is Aquarius. Or you have a bunch of planets in the 11th house in your chart. This might resonate with you too. Or the planet Uranus is really strong in your chart. It's either on top of your sun or on top of your moon or on top of your rising sign. So another thing that Aquarius is really known for is the importance of their friendships and their social circles. They're really here to nourish and nurture their friendship circle, their social circles, and they're not so much about, they can be, but in general, they're not so much about the one-on-one interaction, but it's the interaction of the group as a whole. They're very community minded. How is the community doing? What can I do to serve the community? What can I do to serve the neighborhood at large, right? The town I live in. They're very much here to fight for the underdog or to fight for the one who doesn't have a voice or can't stand up for themselves. An Aquarius will step in and fight where there are injustices around communities, groups of people. They tend to oftentimes feel like they don't necessarily fit in all the time. They can feel like the odd one out. They can feel like, especially in childhood, like, why don't I ever fit in? Why do I feel like I can't fit in? Why do I always feel like I'm the one on the outskirts? And so a part of their journey is to find the blessing, the gift, and not fitting in, not being part of the crowd, but standing apart from the crowd and standing outside of the crowd in a way, and the blessings and the teachings that they can offer us within that. Aquarius is also known as the brilliant one, the genius. They get these downloads of information, these flashes of information that they share with us. They have quite the brilliant mind, and often they're like 10 steps ahead of us with their intelligence. They're known to be very speedy and quick, especially the Uranian type of Aquariuses. They move from one point to the next without a lot of rest. There's a speed to their intellect, to their movements. Aquarius can also suffer from anxiety or insomnia. They're ruled by the planet Uranus, right, and Saturn. Uranus also rules the central nervous system. So there's also a whole journey around taking care of their nervous system and how to sort of calm that down and learning the beauty in slowing down if they can, right? But Aquarius will always show up for friendship. Aquarius will always fight for friendship and for their friends, for the circle, for the community. They could teach us so much. And they also teach us, with their detachment or their coolness, how to not drown in those emotions, because we can, from Aquarius's point of view, step outside the emotions and use our observer to look down at the situation and then find solution there within. Um, and that could be a gift to a lot of people, right, who do tend to get swept away by those emotions. So honor your Aquarius in your life, celebrate your Aquarius in your life this month. And also know that if you are an Aquarius, I give you guys a discount on your readings, any type of reading you want from me, astrology reading this month. If you are an Aquarius, you get that discount. And you can book a reading with me on my website, melikasempeраstrology.com. And it's nice to be back. And thank you for listening, and celebrate this Aquarius energy, because it really does have the potential to free us and get us out of these sometimes self-made prisons we put ourselves into. All right, you guys, enjoy.